So, thanks for watching another Chelsea match review on Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. It was Burnley 0, Chelsea 3. And, I've just been, I don't know what you watched it on, but I watched it on Iraqi Goals. And I've just been watching Andy Gray and Richard Keys. And Richard Keys is trying to say that stop by Mendy, when was it, Ashley Barnes was through, it's the same. And then Mendy, when you watch his feet, they stay on the ground. He comes out feet first, but they stay on the ground. Trying to say it's the same as the Jordan Pickford tackle on Van Dijk. And I watched in amazement for a couple of minutes, and then talk about trying and make something out of nothing. What's the difference? Well, the difference is Mendy's feet are on the ground, and Pickford's feet is pirouetting in the air. It looks like a Bruce Lee kung fu kick. So that's a different Richard Keys. I'll tell you what, if he thinks that those two are the same, he probably thinks that me and Brad Pitt are identical twins. Anyway, back to the game, because it was good and we kept another clean sheet and we were good going forward. I'll just have a little quick look at my notes. Right, so Mendy in goal, James on the right, Chilwell on the left, Silva and Zuma in the middle, and Kante and Mount in midfield, which I thought worked really, really well. Because Havertz was dropping behind them and then going in front of them, and he was the creative flair. It worked really good. It's good to have that as an option. Ziyech on one wing, Werner on the other. It was going to be Pulisic apparently, and Werner was going to be on the bench, but Pulisic injured himself in pre-game warm-up, and Abraham up front. So yeah, that was the team. And yes, first half, one of them where Burnley are hard to break down. Let's not beat about the bush. They're tough to beat. They lose a lot, but it's generally 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. And they made it really, really tough for us. But second half, class showed. Well after Ziyech opened the scoring, really. Class showed. Burnley did come at us for the first 15 minutes maybe of the second half. I know their possession at one point went up to 60-40, whereas the first half it was 71% to Chelsea and 29% to Burnley. So yeah, for the first 15 minutes of the second half it was surprising to see Chelsea's possession drop down to 40%, but the Zuma goal killed them off, and didn't he take it well? What a header! What a header! Going back to the Ziyech goal, Nick Pope, he plays. I wanted us to sign him, and he plays brilliant every game, apart from when he's playing against Chelsea. He made that cock up last year, if you remember rightly. I don't know if he's in agent mode. He's trying to help us out, but he always makes a mistake against us. Rest of the season he seems to be fine. So well done, Nick Pope. Keep it up. And then the last goal, the Werner goal, lovely bit of team play, and didn't he put it away well? That lad sure can finish. I'll say that. So I'll keep it quite brief. I'll score them. Mendy gets an 8 because didn't do anything wrong. He didn't have much to do, let's face it. But I'll tell you what I did like, when he come and took a ball near the crossbar. The wind was obviously swirling, and just puts the whole defence at ease, didn't he? Came out to Barnes, like I say. I couldn't see anything wrong with that. Barnes actually run into him when you see it. So maybe I'm being a bit biased, but I don't think I am. I've watched it a couple of times, and Richard Keys, I wish he'd just go back to just abusing women, don't you? Because I don't think he knows much about football. I really don't. Okay, and then we've got the back four. I thought James was excellent today. Excellent. He gets an 8.5. Zuma's got to get 8.5, isn't he? Good at the back. Made one poor pass the whole game and got a header. So, yeah, Zuma. Silva, I'm going to give Silva an 8 because he didn't put a foot wrong. Real calming influence. Chilwell 8.5. Bombing forward. Defensively, brilliant. Kante was everywhere. Kante was everywhere. Anyone who even thought about us selling him, oh, do you know, he played sort of like up until Jorginho came on, he played more of a sort of Makalady role. And I could see him growing into that. I'm going to give Kante a 9.5 today, and he's my man of the match. You may agree, you may disagree. There's loads of other great performances, but Kante gets 9.5. Mount gets an 8.5. Mount was everywhere. I think last sort of 15 minutes he ran out of steam a bit. Lazy through ball that he could have got through, but first half he was everywhere. And a couple of the balls that Mount played in that first half, sort of 60-yard, right on the button. Really good game. Havertz, right. Kai, my man, you're getting 7.5 because going forward you were excellent. On the ball, nice and calm, but there were three times when you gave the ball away in dodgy situations, and you're only 21, you're learning. Cut it out. If in doubt, boot it in the stand, but don't lose the ball where you're losing it. And for that reason, and that reason alone, you're only getting 7.5. CH gets an 8 from me. Lovely goal, took it well. Good defensive work. And you can see what is going to be a couple of sublime balls, really, in a really bad wind as well. We've got to take that into consideration. A really bad wind, weather was horrible. Abraham put in a shift. Couple of good defensive tackles. A header on goal. Yeah, he done all right. He doesn't make those runs that I want to see my centre forward making, but he done right. And for that reason, he gets an 8 because he did put a shift in. And little Werner gets an 8.5 because again he put a shift in and scored an excellent goal. Looking at my notes, Mount a couple of great passes. Abraham back defending. CH great ball. Chilwell not quite at the races there. Chilwell should have had a penalty. That you know, again, I might be biased. He got pushed in the back. It's a penalty. End of. But VAR didn't give it. Richard Keys hasn't mentioned that. He's still comparing me with Brad Pitt on with Andy Gray. Zuma done well. Yeah. When Giroud came on, he gave it 110, didn't he? What were other subs? Jorginho came on for Kante last 5 minutes. I think they were just running time. Shows you how badly Burnley got beat. I've got a note here that in the 78th minute, a Burnley player kicked the ball away to waste time. And that was a fact as well. Oh yeah, Callum Hudson-Odoi come on, did okay. Yeah, did okay. And that was it. And that's it really. I think I've not a lot to say. I think that was one of our best performances of the season. I think you can see the team growing. I liked the Kante Mount midfield. It's one that I hadn't thought of, and I thought that worked really, really well. It's horses for courses, depends who you're playing against, of course. And all round performance, considering Pulisic pulled out right just before kickoff, I thought Frank got it bang on, and Mr. Lampard gets an 8.5 from me for his team selection and his tactics. The team overall get an 8.5. Put a real shift in every single one of them, and play some lovely free-flowing football. And yeah, same as I was last week, and probably same as I will be next week. Really excited about the future. On to Rennes in the week, and was it Sheffield United next week, isn't it? Ooh. Let's hope it's another 3 points in Europe and another 3 points in the Premiership. That's all from me. Thanks for watching again. Oh, and subscribe, please subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe as well. And if you got knock on the neighbour's door, say can you subscribe, and press the like button. Helps me algorithm. Okay, thanks for watching. Up to Chelsea.